Okay, so it's gonna be a travel style vlog. Welcome to a travel experience. So I'm in Seattle and driving back to LA, and I will be stopping I think just before Redding at Shasta Lake for the night. So I'll make a little tour of the room, and I'll record wherever I can. So not much of a talking, and I'll I'll reveal the vehicle I bought for a customer. So yeah, it's a Honda, obviously, but maybe you can tell what it is. Alrighty. Checked in my room. This is how it looks at night. I'll definitely do a tour in the morning. It is amazing, but obviously so dark that I was just freaking out, and I'll explain why. But wow, they only have about 11 or so those cottages, as they say. Wow, that's nice. I'm just so tired to do anything else. I'm just gonna sleep. See you guys in the morning. Going up to my room. I couldn't record at night, but I'm just gonna go back this way. This is one of the rooms right here. How awesome is this? This is something California or LA cannot replicate. This right here. Not sure if that's another room over there, but how awesome is that? Probably seen the van already. So I'll show you guys the direction I came. That is so beautiful. So I entered from here, and then the first parking I found, I parked right here, and then it was 10. I was tired. I was kind of lost, and I'm like, how am I gonna find the room? They all have their unique name on it. So I had to look for Acorn. And I pretty much checked at every doorstep to find that. And so I had to call the front desk, and then they guided me. So I was right here just running around, obviously first time here, and I just feared, like, oh my god, an animal is gonna attack me. so so when I got a hold of the front desk, which was right here, I thought this was one of the rooms, but this is the front desk. So then he goes, your room is this way, and I'm going this way, and that's the direction I came. And he's like, your room is downstairs. I was like, okay, oh my god, where is he taking me? And so this is the main the front desk. And then he goes, your room is downstairs. And I was like, where? He's like, right here. I'm like, couldn't see at night. I was like, okay, I guess this is what it is. So I'm just too tired to explore or do anything or ask questions. As I was coming down the stairs, acorn. And then, wow. I mean, personal parking. Maybe it's time to show the van. Okay. 2014 Touring Elite. I'll talk more about as I get to my next spot. So stay for that. It's going to be a short little explanation of what I did, why I got it, how I got the van. So there it is. Imagine staying here. I mean, that's crazy. So I showed it at night, but this is how it looks in the morning. So bathroom is there. But what's amazing is what I couldn't tell as I got here in the morning, because it was dark, I just closed the curtains and I'm like, I'm out. I'm just gonna sleep. But wow. What? This is the view from the room? I think that's one of those that I showed. It's probably the main office. But yeah. I wouldn't mind living here for the rest of my life. Honestly, this is probably the best thing I can think of. I just booked a room. It says cottage, and I was like, okay, cottage seems like something that is more a private thing than booking a hotel. So the best way I can put this is that this is like having a personal chef. Like, they know exactly what the person wants. This is what that room is, having a personal chef. Whereas a regular hotels that are right next to each other, it's like a buffet. You go in there, it's public, everyone's looking at you, it's like weird. But obviously, this cannot be constructed anywhere. But I mean, I'm beginning to like this atmosphere more. Just quiet, nobody around, and just, yeah. But if that's one of the rooms too, then wow, it's crazy. All right, I'm gonna end it right here. I'm gonna head to LA on the way to maybe one or two stops. Okay, so this is my spot. I have come here about 3 times for my own car and 3 times for customers. And ironically, one time was the RDX, but the last time I was here was with a similar or same 2014-15 Touring Elite. And I went to Arizona to get the same van. So I've driven those 3 times already. Long distance. In the day of turbos, honestly, it's so refreshing to drive a 3.5 V6 with a regular 6-speed automatic. Not a CVT or any 2-liter turbos that don't know what to do when it comes to uphill battles. It got pretty windy outside, so I couldn't record from while showing the exterior. So I'll wrap it up about the trip and the Odyssey. Trip was amazing. The weather was good. Traffic wasn't too bad. The most amazing thing was still that room. And the second most amazing thing, well, maybe it could be the first most amazing thing, is just looking at this for the 6th time. Again, 3 for myself, 3 were customers' car, including this. I'll sum up the Odyssey and minivan in general. I believe the 2014 to 2017 Odyssey, either Touring or Touring Elite, is the one to get. If the person is like, oh, it's a bit old for me, I want something newer, then go with the 2017 to 2020 XLE Limited Sienna. Hands down, the best minivans out there. I've never driven a Sienna, so I can't really say, but there's 2 things. There's comparison between the Elite and the XLE Limited is that the Honda has the vacuum. Yeah, I can get a portable vacuum, but for the argument's sake, Honda has the vacuum. The Sienna XLE Limited has those reclining seats. Both have widescreen DVD players. One thing that both do not offer is cool seats and 360 camera. Whereas the newer generation started offering that, but I believe this shape is more beautiful and timeless than the Odyssey that came after in 2018. Same thing with the Sienna. The 2020s are amazing. The 2021s, I just can't even look at it. But Sienna has something that others or minivans in general do not have, is the all-wheel drive. Apart from that, Elite Touring can be had between a good one about 15 to 20 grand, where Siennas are, especially with low mileage, is about 25 to 30 even. Some people are just crazy asking so much money, but it's kind of difficult to pay 30 plus grand for a 6-year-old minivan. But that's the resale value of these. Both are equally good. Odyssey is slightly cheaper, slightly less expensive, I'd say, not cheaper. But if you want the best of the best, low mileage, they could be in the 20s, especially if it's a 2016 or 17. This is a 2014, 72,000 miles. But it was a little bit more of a good deal, because that's why I went to Seattle for the customer, because the other expenses and stuff. But I'll wrap it up here. I mean, this is what I took a little detour to see this. All right, guys, catch you guys on the next one.